Ancient Warrior is one of the more underrated decks from a new box. Hello, hope you are having a perfectly balanced day. The topic of today's video is the new Ancient Warrior cards. As Ancient Warrior was already somewhat decent, and the new stuff is a good push for the deck. Even though I have less free time currently, I do plan to do more videos for the three main Yu-Gi-Oh categories, with a big one at the end of the year, so consider pressing the big red button. I can also be found in these places too. But with no further ado, enjoy!
Perfectly balanced is all things should be.
26 cards is a lot, but the reason for this big number is the skill, which allows us to switch out a fire formation for Tenki. Therefore, we only need 2 Tenki at most, and alongside it, we play 3 Tensu and 3 Gyoku. The Tensu ends up being good for combos with Graceful, as well as generally being a good extender, and Gyoku pins back row down like Eclipse, and if we draw it going first, we can just exchange it for Tenki. The reason why we want all these Tenkis in the deck is to search for Masterful, as this is the card that gets the engine going. And since we have so many copies of Tenki, we can easily afford to play 26 cards. Playing a higher deck count also allows us to deal with the spread of card quality. And what I mean by card quality is some cards in this deck are really strong to draw, and other cards are not that great to draw. And while these cards are not necessarily bricks, we are not trying to draw them, and by playing a larger deck size, we are less likely to draw them. You could go to 30 if you want to play more tech cards, but personally I was not satisfied with the consistency of 30 cards. Aside from Masterful, there are 7 other Ancient Warrior cards, not including the new ones. The Link 2 is the bread and butter, as it searches any Ancient Warrior card, and is also an amazing interruption. The Loyal and Valiant are both good extenders. The Loyal is more like a Cyber Dragon, but Valiant in particular is important turn 1, because the Link 2 requires a wind monster to be summoned. I don't play Fearsome and I'm yet to need it, but I'd recommend trying it if you want that battle protection. Graceful lets us swap out our fire formations to get to 3 visits, and 3 visits searches us for missing combo piece. When 3 visits, Masterful or the Link 2, searches Ingenious, we can use its effect to summon itself. And this card is both a good extender and a great endboard piece because it is a spell trap negate, and then the trap is a good defensive option. This isn't a card that you need to play, but it can be good to search it if you already have everything else, to have a good discard for the Link 2. There are 4 new cards, one of them is also a trap, but not better than this one though, so I don't play it. Deception is a good extender, fodder for Ingenious, and sometimes making your monster become wind is useful for making the Link 2. There are some lines where you want to go through Masterful into Graceful, but they are both water. The Savage is very good and makes them pay their taxes. It banishes the grave and lets you draw cards. It's also one of the few cards in the game that can actually interact with skills. If your opponent's skill, like the Lyralux skill, dumps a card to the graveyard, this card can banish the card that they dump, and when you summon it, usually through the second effect of 3 visits, you can search for any Ancient Warrior continuous card or a level 7 or higher Ancient Warrior, which could be one of the 2 wind ones or could be the new best card, which is Rebellious. This card will betray you in the end phase if your opponent has a larger monster, but aside from this niche downside, everything else is very good. It's very easy to summon and can destroy monsters without targeting. I only have 1 Eclipse. If you have more, I would recommend playing more and either playing a higher deck count and or replacing Treacherous. This card is good, but it is generally not better than Eclipse going second. For the extra deck, you don't need 3 of a Link 2. 2 is ideal for a grind game, but you can get away with only 1. I choose to play 3 because the rest of the extra deck is mostly fluff anyway. I just play stuff like Phoenix and the big Borals, then some rank 4s that can be useful, including Exciton to beat Ghost Trek. This deck does have a pretty scary turn 1 and in general is quite underrated. Enjoy the gameplay. Okay. I'm gonna go Tenki. Tenki, this is just the normal 1 card combo. send the Tenki, grab the wind one, and then special it. And then link 2. DDL effects. Search for the rebellious Lu Feng. And do a special summon. I mean, actually, putting this in defense might have been better because of Infinity, but we have this anyway, right? So it will probably end up being face down before we get to Infinity anyway, is my logic here. Yes, we pop this now. Raiders Revolution. So then I'm pretty sure that if I bounce this one, they have no extender, do they? Nibiru. I guess we put her on Nib, right? We summoned 4 times. Yeah, that's pretty cool that our 1-card combo summons 4 times, so I don't have to really worry about this card too much. Unbreakable Mind. Yes. All good. That's not good. Bounce. Don't want to turn on all of their extenders. Okay. End of turn. Normal summon. Effects. Get rid of. Go to this. Grab this one. And then we just go battle phase. Okay, GG. Yeah, most of the time the normal end board from this is enough for 1-card combo. It's these sort of hands where the other skill will be quite good, the wind skill. But I quite like the skill where you get to play like 1,000,000 copies of Tenki. But both are definitely quite nice. Into Cobalt with the Warbler. Add Canary. Make a V-Starling. A big benefit of the wind skill version is you get to play the Kaiju. Yeah, Kaiju and Eclipse. This build is not optimized because I don't have free Eclipse. And I also don't have a Wind Kaiju, I think, so I can't play that build either. Are we going to make the other rank one? Or no? Is Eclipse going to go crazy? Eclipse might go crazy. That's a top deck, I think. Is it? Oh no, it is. I can search for the dark one, right? I can search for the dark one. Grab the Rebellious. Summon the Rebellious. And then summon the Balance. Oh, okay, because they Eclipse earlier, it makes it actually a bit easy for me to decide what to do, because I can just do this now. Negates. And now I can link off this. Because I was kind of considering, like, if I go Link 2 with this, I don't have, like, a spell trap negate for their set card. So we can go ahead and search for the visits with the Link 2. There's 2 different lines of the game. I think the better one is just this, right? We go this, and we use this to special. And then we get the effect of search. Doesn't really matter too much here. Actually, yeah, we can't bounce face down cards, can we? Yeah, face up card. Okay, okay. Punch this. Punch this. Now, however, the issue for them here is they are about to take 3,300 to the face, and they are facing down the Taxman. So, if they activate any card effects, they lose the game, pretty much. Then, yeah, pass on this. What now? You can use an effects. You want to use an effects? Want to press some buttons? Making Nightingale. Okay, can't switch. Yep. Battle phase. Effect. Send this. Bounce this. Let's draw a card too, just in case. There we go, yeah. GG. Nice. Ancient Warrior, best deck. I think that game was also a pretty good example of how if you want to make your deck beat Lusk more, then it is pretty good to play more copies of Eclipse. And the Wind Kaiju if you play that version with the Wind skill.